Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fizza Humayun and my group member is Rafia Babar. We are students of ComSets Lahore, Department of Chemical Engineering, Batch 10. We are going to give you an overview about food processing and its industrial applications. The main contents that we are going to discuss are: what is food processing, the history behind food processing, the benefits, its drawbacks, food processing which is done at commercial level, and food processing industries. We will further discuss the parameters affecting these food processing industries and role of different food processing industries and food processing industry in Pakistan. Firstly, we should be knowing what processing is. Processing is a method or event that results in a transformation in a physical or biological object, in a substance, or in an organism. As we can see in this cycle, input is given which is being processed, and afterwards we get the output which is further distributed in the atmosphere, in our environment, or in our society, which can be taken as an input and further processes. Now we are in a condition to define food processing. What food processing is? Food processing is a set of methods and techniques used to transform raw ingredients into food or to transform food into another form for consumption by humans or animals, either in the home or by the food processing industry. Basically, food processing industry takes clean harvested crops or animal products and use these products to get a very attractive and marketable and often a long shelf of food materials that are utilized by human beings or animals. Now I will tell you about the history of food processing industries. Food processing dates back to the prehistoric ages when crude processing incorporated slaughtering, fermenting, sun-drying, preserving with salt, and various types of cooking. Salt preservation was especially common for food that constituted warrior and sailors' diet until the introduction of canning methods. Now we are going to discuss about the benefits of food processing. The following are the benefits of food processing: toxin removal, preservation, easy marketing and distribution tasks, increasing food consistency, increases seasonal availability of many foods, enables transportation of delicate perishable foods, reduces borne diseases, and improves the quality of life. Firstly, we will discuss about the toxin removal. That means the substances which are harmful to us are removed in this process. Next, preservation. That means that we can keep food for a very long time. Easy marketing and distribution tasks mean that we can get a good profit. Increasing food consistency, that really is that the quality of food and its taste is being improved. Increases seasonal availability of many foods, that means that we can get any product throughout the year. Enables transportation of delicate perishable foods across long distances, and makes many kinds of food safe to eat by deactivating spoilage and microorganisms. Processed foods are usually less susceptible to early spoilage than fresh foods and are better suited for long distance transportation from the source to the consumer. Modern processing food also improves the quality of life for people with allergies, diabetes, and other people who can't consume some common food elements. Food processing can also add extra nutrients such as vitamins. Now we will discuss the drawbacks of food processing. There are two main drawbacks of food processing. First, effect on the nutritional density of food. The second is the health risk of additives. Firstly, we discuss about the nutritional density. Any processing of food can have slight effects on its nutritional density. For example, vitamin C is being destroyed by heat, and therefore canned fruits have a lower content of vitamin C than fresh ones. USDA, which is an organization, conducted a study in 2004 creating a nutrient table for several foods. A glance at this table indicates that in the majority of foods, processing reduces nutrients by a minimal amount. On average, any given nutrient may be reduced by as little as 5 to 20%. The other disadvantage is the health risk of any additive. That will vary greatly from person to person. For example, sugar as an additive would be harmful to those suffering from diabetes. Now we will discuss the food processing which has been done at commercial level. Means food processing can be done at small scales such as in our homes, in our kitchens, in small industries. The following are the processes which are usually carried at commercial level. First, salting, drying, pickling, fermentation, cooking and dehydration. Firstly, we will discuss salting. Salting is the preservation of food with dry edible salt. It is just related to pickling, that is preparing food with brine. Second, we have drying. Drying is a method of food preservation that works by removing water from the food, which inhibits the growth of microorganisms and hinders quality decay. Third, we have pickling. Pickling is the process of preserving food by anaerobic fermentation in brine and storing it in an acidic solution, usually vinegar, which is acetic acid, and the resulting food is called pickle. Now we will discuss fermentation. The chemical breakdown of a substance by bacteria, yeast or other microorganisms, typically involving effervescence and giving off heat. Fermentation in food processing typically is the conversion of carbohydrates to alcohols and carbon dioxide or organic acids using yeast, bacteria or a combination under anaerobic conditions. Food processing industry. We should first be knowing the role of food industry. The food industry is a complex global collective of diverse businesses that together supply much of the food energy that is consumed by the world population. So, food processing industry is the industry that is involved in the treating of raw materials to produce foodstuffs for people. Parameters involved in food processing industry. While designing processes for the food processing industry, the following performances parameter may be taken into account. First, hygiene, energy efficiency, minimization of waste and labor used. Our first parameter is hygiene and health. Firstly, we will discuss hygiene. Hygiene is defined as the number of microorganisms that are present in ml of food product. The rigorous application of industry and government endorsed standards to minimize possible risk and hazards. The international standard adopted today is HACCP. Health. Fat content is reduced in the final product. Example, by using baking instead of deep frying in the production of potato chips, which is another processed food. Second is maintaining the natural taste of the product. Example, by using less artificial sweetener than they used before. The second parameter is efficiency. There are basically 2 points which are necessary in maintaining the efficiency of an food processing industry. First, rising energy costs. Second, factory automation system. Rising energy costs led to increasing usage of energy saving technologies. Example, frequency converters on electric drives, heat insulation of factory buildings and heated vessels. Second is factory automation systems, which is also known as distributed control systems. It reduces personnel costs and may lead to more stable production results. That means that we get a very good and great profit. That's all for my side. Now Rafia Babar will proceed further with the other two parameters.
Thank you, Fiza. Now I will proceed. The third parameter involved in food processing industry is waste minimization. It is the process and the policy of reducing the amount of waste produced by a person or a society. Minimize resource and energy use during manufacture. And the last is labor used. Labor used is measured by number of working hours per ton of finished product. Now I will tell you about different food processing industries: cannery, fish processing, industrial rendering, meat packing plant, slaughterhouse, sugar industry, vegetable packing plant. First we have cannery industry. Canning is a method of preserving food in which the food contents are processed and sealed in an airtight container. Canning provides a typical shelf life ranging from 1 to 5 years. Although under specific circumstances, a freeze-dried canned product can last as long as 30 years in an edible state. Seams provide an airtight seal to the tin can. Here we have two operations in canning. First operation: once brought together in seamer, the seaming head pressed a first operation roller against the end curl. The end curl is pressed against the flange, curling in downward body and under the flange. The flange is also bent downward and the end and body are now loosely joined together. The first operation roller is then retracted. At this point, 5 thicknesses of steel exist in the seam. From the outside in they are end, flange, anchor, body and countersink. And the second operation is the seaming head then engages the second operation roller against the partially formed seam. The second operation presses all 5 steel components together tightly to form the final seal. The 5 layers in the final seam are then called end, body hook, cover hook, body and countersink. All sanitary cans require a filling medium within the seam because otherwise the metal-to-metal contact will not maintain a hermetic seal. In most cases, a rubberized compound is placed inside the anchor radius forming the critical seal between the end and the body. Probably the most important innovation since the introduction of double seams is the welded side seam. Next we have fish processing industry. The term fish processing refers to the processes associated with fish and fish products between the time fish are caught or harvested and the time the final product is delivered to the customer. Fish processing is a way of preserving fish and at the same time improving their quality. There are many ways to process fish. Some methods such as salting and drying have been used since the ancient times, long before modern technology was introduced. Others involve the use of chemicals and electrical devices. There are 4 factors which affect the fish processing. Number 1, control of temperature. Number 2, physical control of microbial load. Number 3, chemical control of microbial loads. And the 4 is control of oxygen reduction potential. Next is industrial rendering. Rendering is a process that converts waste animal tissues into stable value-added materials. Rendering can refer to any processing of animal byproducts into more useful materials, or more narrowly to the rendering of whole animal fatty tissues into purified fats like lard or tallow. Rendering can be carried out on an industrial farm or kitchen scale. There are 2 types of rendering process. Number 1 is rendering processes for edible products. Edible rendering processes are basically meat processing operations and produce lard or edible tallow for use in food products. Edible rendering is generally carried out in a continuous process at low temperature, and the other is rendering processes for inedible products. Materials that for aesthetic or sanitary reasons are not suitable for human food are the feedstocks for inedible rendering processes. Much of the inedible raw material is rendered using the dry method. This may be a batch or a continuous process in which the material is heated in a steam-jacked vessel to drive off the moisture and simultaneously release the fat from the fat cells. Here we have a flow diagram of rendering. Raw material is taken into grinder, then it is sent into disc dryer, where it is evaporated with the help of added steam. Then it is brought into press. From downstream processing, protein meal is obtained. On the other hand, liquid from press goes into decanter. From decanter, fat is taken into separator, where it is filtered and fats are obtained. Next we have meat packing industry. The meat packing industry handles the slaughtering, processing and distribution of animals such as cattle, pigs, sheep and other livestock. The industry is primarily focused on producing meat from human consumption, but it also yields a variety of byproducts including hides, feathers, dried blood and through the process of rendering, fats such as tallow and protein meals such as meat and bone meal. On the last, we have sugar industry. It is a branch of food processing industry comprising specialized enterprises that manufacture white granulated sugar from sugar beets and refined sugar from granulated sugar. Sugarcane is a principal raw material used in sugar processing in tropical and subtropical countries. Here we can see the process of sugar formation in this flow diagram, where beets are taken and washed, then sliced to become seeds that soaked in hot water that results in juice that is purified by lime. The juice is thickened, evaporation is done to get sugar crystals suspended in syrup. By centrifugal process, the crystals and syrup are separated. The crystals that are obtained is the sugar